the Strait of Hormuz, as soon as it opened, it flooded the market with so much oil that the supply ended up being so much more than the supply, and so much of the reserves were filled. And also oil prices dropped too fast for the Islamic Republic, and China had already kind of adjusted a bit. So once the oil became available and the market got global markets got oversupplied, China was mostly we're like, we're good. And even with the even it's because the Islamic Republic was really happy. Oh my, like, oh my god, for the first time we could sell our oil at full price without discount. Well, yeah, you didn't have to sell it at a discount anymore, but the oil prices dropped so much because of the oversupply, and the China is not buying it as much anymore. And also, Saudi Arabia is undercutting you by $11. So this was the worst outcome for the Islamic Republic.
We have some more too. Last minute came in. I think we should probably give him a chance, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, go ahead, Jose. Please, if you.
I keep seeing reports of what percentage of ships compared to prior are going out, but no one's ever posted how many ships are going back in. That'll hurt all the economy of the uh, Persian Gulf more than anything else. Because if no one's going back in to resupply and get out again, then that could be hurting just as bad. You know, when you think about it. Just saying. I have not. I see keep reports 40%, 42% traffic heading out, but no one's posting any points that I can see anywhere of how many ships have flown back in.
Yeah, it's important to
I
pay
think
attention to that because the ships that are going back in have missile components, drone components, and many other things that the Islamic Republic needs for its um, terrorist activities. But sorry, Monkey, you were saying?
I was saying that that's one of the reasons that it's excellent to have a fleshy interloper here with us because I believe he is very good at keeping an eye on that kind of thing, and maybe he at some point will talk to us about ships coming in. I think insurance companies are not going to want to insure, but people like China that are doing a trade type of a deal agreement where they trade materials for oil, or that trade would might continue to happen, but that doesn't put money in their pockets. So I believe it is a good point to bring up.
So Fleshy,
And
good thing you mentioned him because I wanted to see if he's saying anything in the chat. And Fleshy is saying in the chat is saying tankers just started returning. This will kill the return trade. That's what Fleshy is saying.
that's going to pressure all the Persian Gulf, states. Like every Persian Gulf nation is feeling that pressure. That would be my guess. Next to speak on this, we have faithful disciple.
Armin already mentioned it here, so no, I was just gonna point out that you and Ali they're mentioning about the fact that the Saudis are undercutting them by $11 a barrel. I mean, that's incredible. Uh, I don't personally see like how the Islamic regime is going to be. I mean, even being financially viable unless they're, selling. I don't know. You know, drugs or whatever they're doing. I just don't see how they're going to be able to fund their whole machine. I don't know. What do you think, Armin Ali?
Yes, I mean they're desperate for cash. That's why they are giving in to a lot of what American demands. But yeah, Ali respond. Ali.
They're spending way much more than they can handle. And I actually have some things that I'll show, but there's retirees and other people who are complaining that how can you spend so much on the funeral, but I can't access any amount of money in my bank. I can't pull it out either, even if I want to. I'm not allowed to do that. You guys are going bankrupt and you're not telling us. They're telling to the government.
Wow, these are government employees. Yeah, so Ali is
Yeah.
going to show us that. Ali is going to show that to us in the. I'll show you in the next stream with Ali if he has time. People complaining that the crowds were unorganized, and that because the crowds were so small for the funeral, there were certain many of the areas that they didn't bring Ali Khamenei's corpse to, because they were so the lack of attendance was so much that they had to reduce the streets that they were showing the Ali Khamenei's corpse, so that it could actually to have the population density actually higher. They were planning on going on for, I think, for 4 kilometers or something, but once they see how low the crowd sizes were, they reduced it to under 1K to be able to increase the population density. But they forgot to tell the people in the streets that were waiting for Ali Khamenei's body to show up that they're not going to come there anymore. And this caused a lot of outrage from the pro-regime people. I'll show that segment. I mean, Ali might have already have that segment. I don't know, but if he doesn't, I'll add that as well.
Yes, if you don't have the money for the logistics to move these people to make them look like a bigger crowd, you're just going to have them there angry and there for nothing. Eric Bong is saying on the side chat, insurance companies don't want to pay for blowed up ships. That's a point I like to bring up. Like, if you're going for world commerce, it used to be a lot. Nobody's going to want to go in and risk that. And next to speak on this, we have Kathy. Kathy, go ahead.
I also want to point out that technically Saudi Arabia doesn't need the Persian Gulf. They can always use the Red Sea. So not only are they selling their oil to China, but they can go a different route, which screws the Islamic Republic completely. So, what do you guys think about that?
So you're talking about the east-west pipeline that
That's correct.
that connects the Persian Gulf to the Red Sea, and then the Saudi Arabia could sell it through Bab el Mandeb or the Suez Canal, Bab el Mandeb to the south or the Suez Canal and the north. That is true, that like reduces the pain, but the capacity that pipeline has the capacity of around 7 million barrels of oil per day, which it can compete with the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz, its capacity is a lot higher, but its daily average before the war was, I think, around 24 million barrels per day, if I remember correctly. And that's not its full capacity either. Like, I think its full capacity is a lot higher. But the east-west pipeline that Saudi Arabia has definitely helps, but it can't never. No pipe could ever replace maritime trade routes. No land routes, even with pipes, could ever replace maritime trade. There's a reason why maritime trade is so important.
I agree with you. It's just I'm pointing out that it could be a backup.
Yes, it is. Obviously, that's why they built it, for sure.
I believe it's
Yeah.
also going to lead to more people trying to have those backups. Like, these will lead. If I was Saudi Arabia, I'd be building more pipes, right? And I believe there's also projects like this being spoken of. I can't speak of it at this moment, but yeah, I think this is all very important. I think with this, we are done on the twos, and we can go to super chats. Do we got some super chats there?
Yes, we have a couple of super chats and a couple of also some butthurt comments that I highlighted because it was funny. Wait, hold on. Let me also highlight this one. This is so funny. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. This is too good. Okay, so first the super chats. Casey with a super chat saying Spencer Pratt's message to Mamdani was incredible. I don't know. I haven't seen that. I'm going to screenshot this so that maybe tomorrow I'll bring it up and take a look at it. That seems like something worth looking into. Okay, thank you for telling me. I'll look at it tomorrow if I don't forget to review it in tomorrow's show with Monkey. Thank you, Casey. And then we have Fleshy Interloper saying, "Yep, they cheated big time." FAFO. Yep, exactly. This is what you get for attacking a Qatari ship, by the way. May I add? This also is a good lesson for Qatar to stop working with terrorists. Speaking of terrorists, the next super chat is from this other Jew hater called, his user ID is IDF kills children. No, that's what your people do. And he said, Salam alaikum. It's funny and pathetic how you and Ali downplayed Ali's funeral. Ali? Is that how you is that not a disrespectful way to talk about your supreme leader? Ali's funeral? مگه پسر خالته? What the hell are you? This is, you mean Sayyid Ali, Sayyid Ali Khamenei, like Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Why are you talking about him like that? Isn't that disrespectful? Okay, and it's saying millions attended the funeral around the world. Iran is more united than ever. You know, that last part I'd actually agree with. Iran is united more than ever against the Islamic Republic, but actually, even more than that. So look at the level of cope here. Millions attended. Even the like I showed this to Monkey and Ali on our live stream. Even the pro regime people are saying, "What the hell is happening? Why are people not showing up?" There's video after video after video. Like, you don't have to believe us, of the pro regime people in Iran saying that why are people not attending, and the regime is trying to come up with different excuses for why people are not attending. In fact, the videos we have for you for today at the Shahir Square, Azadi Square, as the regime calls it, it's actually even more embarrassing than yesterday. The population, the people who showed up, is unbelievably low. Like, the pictures are embarrassing. My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.